Good afternoon, I'm Vashon Brown with the Midday News. Special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. The police high command says reprisals are at the heart of the shootings, which have left 4 persons dead since last month in sections of Denham Town, West Kingston, where a zone of special operations is still in effect. The latest killing was Wednesday afternoon in Golden Heights. Shortly after 5 o'clock, a game of football was in progress when a pickup truck drove up. The occupants opened gunfire, hitting 5 persons. A woman and a man were killed. Their identities have not yet been released. The other 3 persons are being treated in hospital. In response, the police high command says more security forces have been deployed in the zone and they have stepped up their presence with more patrols. Communications Officer at the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit, Inspector Diane Bartley, says the police believe the shootings are reprisals for other incidents which happened outside the community.
We have seen incidents outside of the zone which have implications for individuals within the zone. And as a result of that, we have been boosting our patrols.
As traffic and other delays in connection with the state of public emergency in St. Catherine North continues, the police are asking law-abiding citizens to be patient with the crime-fighting measure. Following a community meeting at the Macaulay Primary School in Spanish Town on Tuesday, Operations Officer for the St. Catherine North Division, Superintendent Ralsford Hardy, said the measure has been reaping success and that should be the focus.
Look at the benefits. It's working and we need the support. We are all in this thing together and we are asking our citizens to understand that we will not allow the space to go back to what it is.
Representatives of the Jamaica Public Service Company, the Registrar General's Department, the Child Development Agency, and the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse (SOCA) were also at the meeting. The meeting seeks to build the information gap between residents and stakeholder groups. With 2 gangs operating in the Spanish Town area, Superintendent Hardy listed parenting as one area that residents should focus on.
Close your arms by your children because they might end up in the wrong arms. When they come to you, find time. Never be too busy to listen to those children. And I'm saying this because I'm a father.
The main suspect in the murder of Chinese national and businessman Ting Chang has been charged. He's 21-year-old Cheston Morrison of Retirement District in the parish. Morrison was charged yesterday afternoon for murder, robbery and conspiracy to murder. He's booked to appear in the St. Anne Parish Court tomorrow. He was picked up in Manchester last week. The deceased 28-year-old Ting Chang was killed while sitting in his parked car in Brownstone, St. Anne on February 27. Indicom boss Terrance Williams has admitted that the recent ruling by the appeal court is a major blow to the agency. The court ruled that Indicom does not have the power to arrest, charge or prosecute members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. But Mr. Williams believes the decision could derail other Indicom cases being heard in court. Speaking on RJR's Hotline program yesterday, the Indicom boss said the agency will be taking the matter to the UK-based Privy Council to challenge the ruling, despite the Justice Minister urging it to accept the decision.
On first reading, the decision didn't look so bad for us. But on a second and third reading, it is a decision that leaves a lot of uncertainty. And indeed, we have already have seen a case that was brought to court, dismissed on the back of the ruling.
Yes.
So we feel that there is a need to petition our highest court, which under our arrangement now is the Privy Council.
Yes.
For the issues to be looked at again.
Yes.
Because what you have had now in Jamaica is that 6 Jamaican judges have looked at it. 3 have ruled one way, 2 another way, and 1 another way.
The Alexandra Community Hospital in St. Anne has been given baby-friendly status. Well, it's the first time a hospital has been given the global status in 25 years, as TVJ's Shamela Mitchell now reports.
Breast is best?
The breast is best is the slogan used in Jamaica to promote breastfeeding. It is based on studies which show children build up better immunity when they are breastfed exclusively for the first 6 months of their life than those who aren't.
As we know, breastfeeding is essential
Babies who are fed nothing but breast milk from birth through their first 6 months of life get the very best start to life. Exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months has been shown to support healthy brain development and to protect children from very early against obesity and non-communicable diseases such as asthma and diabetes.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the initiative was brought to his attention when he entered office. He says UNICEF was concerned Jamaica was not doing enough to push the baby-friendly initiative.
That target was to achieve 9 health institutions designated by the UNICEF standard as baby-friendly this financial year. And Ms. Edwards, are we on track for the 9 this financial year?
Certainly NERA is.
NERA is on track. All right. So we're on track. We're working towards that. So all of a sudden we're moving from 1 and then we're going to race right up to 9.
Alexandra Hospital is located in southwest St. Anne. The Member of Parliament, Xavier Main, says he's pleased the Type 5 health facility was chosen to be the second baby-friendly hospital in Jamaica. Princess Margaret's Hospital in St. Thomas is the first.
I want to commend the staff and management of Alexandria and by extension NERA for their participation and certification in this global initiative that seeks to create the environment wherein breastfeeding is the norm.
The Baby-Friendly Hospital initiative was launched in 1991 by the World Health Organization and UNICEF. Shamela Mitchell, TVJ News.
Cane cutters employed to the Fred M. Jones estate returned to work this morning following a meeting with the management of the estate and their union, the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union BITU. The agreement reached will see the cane cutters harvesting canes which were prepared over the past 48 hours for reaping. The workers, along with the island supervisor at the BITU, Hanif Brown, and the management of Fred M. Jones Estate, will meet on Friday at the company's office. It's expected that they will further examine with an intention of interpreting some disputed cane tickets which show that there were some degree of double standard at the weighing station at the Golden Grove factory, in addition to other issues affecting the workers. It's expected that arising from the meeting, a plan of action will be developed once there is sufficient evidence to make further representation. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, J.C. Hutchinson, says government-owned lands that are not being put to use will now be transferred into production zones. The initiative is part of the ministry's Push Start program. At the launch of the first production zone, Mr. Hutchinson told our news team that the program will facilitate farmers by providing seeds, fertilizers and sprays. He highlighted that the program will focus on specific crops.
The main crops we are looking at: Irish potato, onion, ginger, Scotch bonnet pepper, strawberries. We are also looking at turmeric, and these are ones which we are going to be focusing on so that we can boost production.
Mr. Hutchinson also issued this warning to persons who have leased lands from the government but have failed to cultivate the land for production.
Either get the land in production within 6 months, or we are going to be taking it back and give it to genuine farmers, because we intend to grow this economy and we are not waiting on anybody or for anybody to hold us back. We are going to grow it and grow it as rapidly as we can.
Let's take a vested interest in the bunker industry. That's the call from the Transport Minister Robert Montague while speaking at the International Bunker Industry Association Caribbean Bunker Gala Dinner in St. James yesterday.
In Jamaica, we are open for business, and this minister will be aggressively pursuing the expansion of bunkering in Jamaica.
He says if the country takes bunkering seriously, there could be a significant boost in achieving the Vision 2030 development goals.
A successful and competitive bunkering hub will have a positive impact on the dynamism of Jamaican maritime cluster. Perhaps of greater interest to this government is that since bunkering forms an important ecosystem within the wider maritime cluster, it provides great prospects for significant economic impact.
In a study done on bunkering in Jamaica, which was commissioned by the CARICOM Secretariat, it's estimated that Jamaica could earn billions of US dollars.
If Jamaica could increase its share of the vessels passing through the Panama Canal to bunker in Jamaica from the 2012 level of 5% to 10%, it would benefit from induced economic impact of approximately US $3 billion and generate up to 900 job opportunities.
According to Petrojam, with the increase in Jamaica's cruise shipping business and the expansion and development of the Port of Kingston as a world-class facility and a key transshipment location for hemispheric trade, it stands to benefit from the opportunity for expansion of bunkering activity as well as export sales in marine products and services. And it's time now for sports. Sports Minister Olivia Grange says her ministry is actively looking to access more funding to increase the number of athletes that can take part in para-athletics in the country. Minister Grange was speaking at a reception for the nation's Paralympians on their return from the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia.
Well, that is our mandate, and that's my vision, that we will be able to get involved with all the primary schools across Jamaica and bring them in to participate in the various disciplines, in track and field and in all the other sports for which we can garner the funding to ensure that we can involve the schools across the island in these activities.
Tevon Thomas in the T47 men's 100 meters secured the country's lone Paralympic medal at the Games. And that's the Midday News. I'm Vashon Brown. Join us at 7 for Primetime News Package. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, have a good afternoon.